Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone, July 6, 1946, is an American actor, screenwriter, director, and producer. After his beginnings as a struggling actor for a number of years. Upon arriving to New York City in 1969 and later Hollywood in 1974, he won his first critical acclaim as an actor for his co-starring role as Stanley Rosiello in The Lords of Flatbush. Stallone subsequently found gradual work as an extra or side character in films with a sizable budget until he achieved his greatest critical and commercial success as an actor and screenwriter, starting in 1976 with his role as boxer Rocky Balboa in the first film of the successful Rocky series, 1976 present, for which he also wrote the screenplays. In the films, Rocky is portrayed as an underdog boxer who fights numerous brutal opponents and wins the World Heavyweight Championship twice. In 1977, Stallone was the third actor in cinema to be nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Original Screenplay and Best Actor. Stallone's film Rocky was inducted into the National Film Registry and had its props placed in the Smithsonian Museum. Stallone's use of the front entrance to the Philadelphia Museum of Art in the Rocky series led the area to be nicknamed the Rocky Steps. Philadelphia has a statue of his character Rocky placed permanently near the museum, and he was voted into the International Boxing Hall of Fame. Up until 1982, Stallone's films were not big box office successes unless they were Rocky sequels, and none received the critical acclaim achieved with the first Rocky. This changed with the successful action film First Blood, in which he portrayed the PTSD-plagued soldier John Rambo. Originally an adaptation of the eponymous novel by David Morrell, First Blood's script was significantly altered by Stallone during the film's production. Stallone would play the role in a total of 5 Rambo films, 1982-2019. From the mid-1980s through to the late 1990s, Stallone would go on to become one of Hollywood's highest-paid actors of that era by appearing in a slew of commercially successful action films which were, however, generally panned by critics. These include Cobra, Tango and Cash, Cliffhanger, the better-received Demolition Man, and The Specialist. Stallone saw a decline in popularity in the early 2000s but rebounded back to prominence in 2006 with a 6th installment in the Rocky series and 2008 with a 4th in the Rambo series. In the 2010s, Stallone launched the Expendables film series 2010-2014, in which he played the lead as the mercenary Barney Ross. In 2013, he starred in the successful Escape Plan and acted in its sequels. In 2015, Stallone returned to the Rocky series with Creed that serve as spin-off films, focusing on Adonis Donnie Creed, played by Michael B. Jordan, the son of the ill-fated boxer Apollo Creed, to whom the long-retired Rocky is a mentor. Reprising the role brought Stallone praise and his first Golden Globe Award for the first Creed, as well as a third Oscar nomination, having been first nominated for the same role 40 years prior. Stallone is the only actor in the history of U.S. cinema to have starred in a box office #1 film across 6 consecutive decades. Early life: Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone was born in the Hell's Kitchen neighborhood of Manhattan, New York City on July 6, 1946, the elder son of Francesco Frank Stallone Sr., a hairdresser and beautician, and Jacqueline Jackie Stallone, Malabo Fish. 1921-2020, an astrologer, dancer, and promoter of women's wrestling. His Italian father was born in Gioia del Colle, Italy, and moved to the US in the 1930s, while his American mother is a French from Brittany and Ashkenazi Jewish descent. His younger brother is actor and musician Frank Stallone. Complications suffered by Stallone's mother during labor forced her obstetricians to use 2 pairs of forceps during his birth. Misuse of these forceps accidentally severed a nerve and caused paralysis in parts of Stallone's face. As a result, the lower left side of his face is paralyzed, including parts of his lip, tongue, and chin, an accident which gave him his signature snarling look and slurred speech. As a child, he was bullied as a result, so he coped with bodybuilding and acting. He was baptized Catholic. His father moved the family to Washington, D.C. in the early 1950s to open a beauty school. In 1954, his mother opened a women's gym called Barbella's. Education: Stallone attended Notre Dame Academy and Lincoln High School in Philadelphia, as well as Charlotte Hall Military Academy, prior to attending Miami-Dade College. He spent 2 years, from September 1965 to June 1967, at the American College of Switzerland. He returned to the United States to study as a drama major at the University of Miami. From 1967 to 1969. Injuries, known for physically demanding roles and his willingness to do the majority of his own stunts, Stallone has suffered various injuries during his acting career. During the filming of Escape to Victory, he broke a finger trying to save a penalty kick from Pele. First seen in Rocky IV, he told Dolph Lundgren, "Punch me as hard as you can in the chest." He later said, "Next thing I know, I was in intensive care at St. John's Hospital for 4 days." It's stupid. While filming a fight scene with Steve Austin for The Expendables, he broke his neck, which required the insertion of a metal plate. Religious views: Stallone was raised a devout Catholic but stopped going to church as his acting career progressed. Later, he rediscovered his childhood faith when his daughter was born ill in 1996, and he again became a strict Catholic. In late 2006, Stallone was interviewed by Pat Robertson from the CBN's The 700 Club. Stallone stated that before, in Hollywood, temptation abounded and he had lost his way, but later put things in God's hands. In 2010, he was interviewed by GQ magazine, to which he said that he considered himself a spiritualman, but was not part of any organized church institution. According to advice of a Vedic scholar, Stallone performed Tithi Shraddh ritual, done for those who died of accident or murder, at Haridwar for his son Sage. Awards and honors: star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 1984, International Boxing Hall of Fame, Class of 2010, Golden Globe Award for Best Supporting Actor Motion Picture, 2015. Personal life: Stallone has been married 3 times. At age 28, on December 28, 1974, he married Sasha Chak. They had 2 sons, Sage Moonblood Stallone, 1976-2012, who died of heart disease at age 36, and Sergio, born 1979, who was diagnosed with autism at an early age. The couple divorced on February 14, 1985. Stallone married model and actress Bridget Nielsen on December 15, 1985, in Beverly Hills, California. Their marriage, which lasted 2 years, and their subsequent divorce were highly publicized by the tabloid press. In May 1997, Stallone married Jennifer Flavin, with whom he has 3 daughters named Sophia, Sistine, and Scarlett. His daughters were chosen to share the role of Golden Globe ambassador at the 74th Golden Globe Awards. Stallone was engaged to model Janice Dickinson for less than a year in the early 1990s. Stallone had ended his relationship with Jennifer Flavin, whom he had been with since 1988, via FedEx, after Dickinson gave birth to her daughter Savannah in February 1994. It was reported that Stallone was the father and Savannah was given his surname at birth. They split up when Stallone discovered he was not the father of her daughter. In 1995, Stallone was briefly engaged to model Angie Everhart before rekindling his relationship with Flavin. Stallone maintains a relationship with his brother Frank, who contributed the theme songs to Rambo: First Blood Part 2 and Staying Alive. In 1983, Frank's song Far From Over, for Staying Alive, reached the number 10 US hit. Frank appears in minor roles, bit parts, and provides music in many films starring Sylvester, most notably in the Rocky films, where Frank played a street corner singer and contributed songs.